Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brooklyn. It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. Know what? No chaser. Yeah, yeah. What's the name? It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. No chaser.
Welcome to another edition of the Rundown. Another edition of the Rundown. Another edition of the Rundown. This episode tonight, your boy, the drum major, with my right hand man, Chef Vlad. What to do, partner? What's happening with you?
I'm good, baby. I'm good. I'm energized. I'm ready.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got a lot to talk about as usual. Got this March Madness happening, man. Got this March Madness
Listen,
going on. You know what I'm saying? A lot of bracket busting occurred already.
look, listen. I'm done. I'm done. There's nowhere in the world that I win now.
Oh man,
No.
man, your bracket done busted already, huh?
Once the Tar Heels lost, that was it for me.
Oh man, they still in it though.
No, they got bumped.
Oh really? Oh yes they did. Yes they did. Yes they did. I'm sorry. Yes they did. Shout out to Alabama. Alabama did bump them. They bumped them. Bumped them in the Sweet 16 yesterday. Yes sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alabama.
major,
I should have
major,
known better, right? Alabama.
major, major.
SEC, baby. SEC, that powerhouse now.
Yeah, a lot of bracket busting occurred, even in the from the very beginning. You know, but
Very beginning.
yeah, man. But definitely we're gonna get to that. But first, you know, we gotta take care of our supporters,
Yes,
take care of
sir.
our sponsors. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So let's get to that. Starting with who we're gonna roll. Who we're gonna roll with today? Who we're gonna go first today? Let's start with Graph Inks.
Ooh.
Yes, advertising and photography for any and all occasions, including quinceañeras,
Yes.
wedding parties, divorce parties, sweet 16s. I got my tax return. I'm
Yes.
home from jail. Any event that you have, you name it.
He said, I need mints. Oh.
Any events that you have, Graphics does not judge. They will be there to provide the finest in advertisement and digital photography and advertisement. Just give them their bread. Just give them their bread and they'll be there. They'll set you up. Graphic don't judge. They don't judge, baby. They don't judge.
Hey.
They don't judge. They just do what they just go there and do what they need to do to help you out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Immortalize the event, the momentous occasion. Graphics. Fat Boy Coffee, shout out to Coach Lonnie and Rock, our boy Rock, major distributors of the brand. Multiple flavors of gourmet coffee. Up on your first purchase, use keyword WGIS1. Again, keyword WGIS1. You get a 10% discount on your first purchase. Again, use keyword WGIS1 and you will get a 10% discount off upon your first purchase.
No doubt. Get that flavor.
Indeed. Elevate your mind, elevate your consciousness, Inspire Motivational Tees. That's www.inspiremotivationaltees.com. Cop yourself a nice t-shirt or hoodie. I am the most popular sales, inspirational graphics, and messages on quality shirts. Inspire, that is INSPYAH Motivational Tees. Again, that is www.inspiremotivationaltees. And last but definitely not least, shout outs to our franchise new girl, Sugarwater Radio, Sugarwater TV. Got that empire going on over there, multimedia entertainment, which includes music real estate for any local artists, local, domestic, and international who want to get them spins going. Reach out to Music Real Estate. Contact our boy Delano Robinson.
Thanks.
He is one of the agents there, and he will put you through, as well as Mr. Sadiq Bryant.
Yes, sir.
Give
Dub
him a
plate
shout.
style.
Yeah, give him a shout. Submit your music, and they will determine whether or not you have the talent that's worthy of spins
No doubt.
and notoriety.
No
And
doubt.
that is Music Real Estate, which is an umbrella of Sugarwater TV, Sugarwater Radio, Sugarwater TV, of course, multimedia entertainment, which includes movies, podcasts, and the like. And so, shout out to Franchise and New Girls over there, building that empire. Sugarwater Radio TV. Now that we,
Listen,
yes,
Ja,
yes,
I want to give a shout out to all the future and up and coming artists, man. Keep it clean, keep it
yes,
tight, and take music to another level. Let's go.
we need it. We need it.
Yeah.
Lord knows we need
Oh, we need it.
it. So
Yes.
please, to all the music artists out there, contribute something that's of quality,
Yes.
that's of meaning,
Yes.
inspiring, and high vibrational, if you
Yes.
can. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, we like our little guilty pleasure music every now and then, but for the most part, it's take a drastic turn to the left, steer it right. Let's make it
Yeah.
even, back even again, at least, at the very least.
The very least.
Please and thank you.
Ah, salute.
Yes, sir.
No
Chef,
doubt. What's up?
the March Madness has been marching. The madness
Oh,
has been madnessing.
yes.
It has
Yes.
started. It has
Yes.
started. It's been a week, and
Yes.
we're now down to the Elite Eight. But let's discuss, man. Let's discuss the bracket busters.
But before we get to the back and busters, though, man, I gotta say,
Mhm.
there's one thing I didn't see coming into this. The NCAA men's basketball tournament
Yes.
this season is something. There's one thing that I didn't see. I
Uh-huh.
gotta say, I didn't see Michigan not finishing with a 500 record.
Mm.
I didn't see that.
Okay. Okay.
Georgetown, yes.
Uh-huh.
Wow, and how have the mighty have fallen?
Mm-hmm. Who that is?
Well, we're talking about those powerhouses in the Big
Oh, the
East.
powerhouses. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
And then
Indeed.
and then we go into the March Madness, and man, the mighty just dropping like flies.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, UConn is still around.
Or UConn is on a resurgence.
Yeah, they definitely are. They definitely are. Definitely a powerhouse program. And they've had a long reputation of being a powerhouse program.
Consistent.
Consistently, you know what I mean?
Consistent,
So,
yes.
absolutely, absolutely, man, absolutely. And Duke is still around as well.
Well, they salute to Duke, man.
Yes, yes, Duke is still around as well. But
Yes,
what
sir.
isn't around is them Wildcats.
First round.
Whoa, whoa,
Listen,
whoa,
Cala,
whoa.
yeah, Calipari got to do something over there, man. First round. What's that? 2 years in a
Whoa,
row.
whoa.
But you know what though? To
Right.
Calipari's to his credit,
Calipari's credit, yeah.
he said something in the news that made sense that I read. I don't know if you read this. I don't know if WGI Sports Nation. I don't know if y'all read this.
Yes.
He has more players in the league on a second-year deal than any other university around. I salute to that. I salute that. Because if you look at it, a lot of Wildcats
Yeah.
are working on their second deal or have gotten their second deal, and or some working on a third deal. What does that mean?
Okay.
What does that translate to? Basically, what he's saying is we may not get out of the first round. We may not do win championships year back to back to back to back. But the caliber of style players that we put in the league do last. Yes. So I salute. I like that comment. I like that comment. Doesn't excuse the fact that you got bumped in the first round, though.
No, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You
Which
know,
tells me another thing, that maybe players are buying into 2-year programs instead of one and done.
yeah, and you know the those NIL deals.
Oh, it's bananas.
Yeah, and salute to the players getting those NIL deals. I mean, it cuts away from the morality clause of it,
Yeah,
or the legalities of it, the morality of it. These it's a long time coming. It's a long
right.
time coming.
Yeah.
And
I
so yeah, let
mean,
these
we knew it
mhm,
existed, and people try to brush it under the rug. But now that it's out in the open, now
yeah,
let them cook.
absolutely. Let them cook and let them experience what it's like to be paid for their talents.
Yep.
Once in a while. I mean, there's a majority of these kids have been playing since they were since they just got out of diapers for
Basically.
the love of the game. You know what I mean? A lot of these kids were playing since they were 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know you started playing since you was a kid. When was the first time you picked up a basketball?
You'll believe it, Ja, or not. It was, I think it must have been fourth grade, fourth, fifth
See,
grade.
see, my point exactly. My point exactly. Not
Yeah.
10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
See? So yeah, let these kids get paid for their talent. But I digress. But yeah, but this has been this has been an exciting tournament. Kentucky got knocked off in the first round, which was very interesting.
Very
Uh,
interesting.
you know, a lot of teams are gone. North Carolina again that we just mentioned got bumped off by Alabama in the Sweet 16.
Yep.
They was always highly favored. Uh,
Always.
so you know, it's just interesting. So what was some of the do you know any of the coaching or plays that stood out for you? Was there any particular coaching or plays that stood out for you?
I gotta tell you, I forgot which game it was. It was in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
The defense. I forgot the name of this team. I want to almost say it was either Houston
Mm-hmm.
or not Purdue. Houston or Arizona, maybe. I think.
Arizona. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of those two teams, but they came out and they came out on fire. Lighting up threes.
Yeah.
It was nonstop, and they knew that they had to outshoot their opponent, and they did
Mm-hmm.
it by shooting threes.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember which team it was because again, I've been so far removed from the game this past week. It's kind of hard for me to keep up, but I know that that was one of the games that I did catch and that really stood out to me. And I want to say, no, it wasn't Utah. It was a first round upset, and I want to say Houston, just about. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
Houston.
Okay. Okay.
I will
Well,
be.
yeah, I know one of the first games that caught my eye in the first round, particularly the first round. I didn't realize that Howard that HU got selected in the NCAA. So I was watching that game. Uh, Wagner versus Howard. That was a pretty good game. Wagner came out on top by three. It was, I believe, 71-68. So that game definitely stood out for me because I was surprised that Howard was even in the 20. But
Yeah,
it it was a great game. Shout out to Howard University. That's my wife's alma mater. So,
nice.
you know, when we was watching the game and she was like, I said, look, your boy's on TV. She was like, oh, wow, okay. You know, and they lost to Wagner, who's based out in New York, I believe, Staten Island.
Yeah,
But it's,
Wagner. Yeah,
yeah, based out in Staten Island. So you know, they were a Cinderella team. Um, you know, so that was one of the Cinderellas that went and performed and advanced. But it was some great games. It was some great games that played. One of the other ones that stood out for me is definitely it was a definitely it was an overtime game, and it was awesome. It was an awesome game, man. It was definitely an awesome game.
Who's
Um, say it again.
who's that?
That was well before that one, the Yale Auburn game in the first round. That was
Yeah, that one was another eye catcher.
woo.
That was
Yeah,
another high
yeah,
powered eye catcher.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yale is that. Mm-hmm.
Matter of
Yeah.
fact, that's the game. It wasn't Nebraska. Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
The other team that I mentioned. It was Yale. Yale was the team.
Okay. Okay.
I never thought Yale would pull it out over Auburn, but here we are. Here we are. That it was the Yale game. I'm glad you said that, Ja.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. That was definitely a great game.
That was. That's what they came out with high powered offense. They realized the only way they was going to get over was to shoot, and they was going to have to shoot
Mm-hmm.
real good.
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
that was the game, Ja. My bad, fans. I
But
couldn't remember.
listen, it was a lot of game, it was a lot of games to catch up with, man. So, we it's a lot of games, so you got too many eyes to watch too many games, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it
No,
was
listen, I caught that game. I caught that game and a few games actually last week,
hmm
Thursday or Friday, one of the two, around when I was at work. So
Oh, okay.
I was able to catch that. I was like, yo, I didn't know Yale had it like this. That's those Ivy League schools, man.
Yeah,
Like Columbia and Stanford and
Harvard.
Yale and Harvard.
Yeah,
You know,
shout out to Jeremy Lin, Howard, a Harvard alumni.
no doubt, no
You know what
doubt.
I'm saying? Shout out to Jay Lin. But
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Those are and that's the great thing about March Madness. The unassuming schools, the schools that you don't expect to be in the 20 at times.
the St. Mary's,
Mm-hmm.
you
Schools
know.
like that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And there was definitely particularly um some players that I was very impressed with. You know what I mean? Very, very, very impressed with. Some great performances. Um, that stood out to me as well. I mean, I was like, these kids are real talented. Yeah. So um one of the games that stood out for me, especially particularly in the second round, the Creighton Oregon game that went into double overtime. Um, great great play by this particular guard, Jermaine Quiznard from Oregon.
Yeah.
Um, he definitely great solid play. He's a great I like he's how can I describe his game? He has a strong game. I like his mid. He has good mid range. He has decent shooting ability. He's definitely a scorer. He's a scorer, and he's definitely one that is a person, the go-to guy to take the team on his back. Strong guard. He's pretty tall. He kind of gives me a Drew Holiday vibe,
Ooh.
but more offensive. You know what I mean? And Jermaine Quiznard, very impressive out of Oregon. 32 points, 32 points in a double overtime loss, a double time effort. They uh they tied the game. They tied the game at what was it, at 60, it was at 68, and then no. It was at 60 something. It went to overtime, and then again they tied it again at 71 in a double overtime. It was 71-71 in overtime between Creighton and Oregon. And Oregon just ran out of gas, unfortunately, because Creighton went on a 15-2 run.
Mm.
Yeah, and just it was over. It was over. And on Creighton side, Steve Ashworth, great shooter, great shooter, great shooter. I was impressed with his game. Solid shooting. He definitely carried the team on his back over there and led Creighton to victory, double overtime victory, so Creighton could advance. Um, so and Dante and Folly, who also played for Oregon. That was their big. He had he had about 25 points, 23, 25 points along with Jermaine Quiznard. But you know, it wasn't too much. It wasn't enough. They was out of gas. Them boys was out of gas. So it didn't end well for them. So they had to go home. So Creighton advanced. Another game that stood out for me, another great game, NC State versus Oakland. That was an overtime game, 79-73 victory. And their big DJ Burns, DJ Burns Jr., big boy.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, and out of NC State, DJ Burns. He had 24 and 11, so he had a 20 and 10 game, 4 assists. Kind of gives first person that came to mind when I saw him, especially his frame, his build, Zach Randolph, Zebo.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. First impression, Zebo.
Zebo,
Yeah, man.
Tra-
Yeah,
Zebo type tractor Taylor type body.
yeah. Zebo. Yeah, tractor trailer type. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, yeah. And
Moving cows in the paint, huh?
yeah, basically. And kid had a great game. 24 and 11. So that was a pretty decent game too. And Houston, speaking of which, Houston, um, Jamal Sheed, Jamal Sheed, and Emmanuel Sharp, Jamal Sheed, Emmanuel Sharp. Jamal Sheed, he's like a gritty guard. He was real gritty. Um, yeah, he's just one of those guards that's just gritty. Is his game is different from Jermaine Quiznard because he's one of those hard nosed guards, take it to the rack, likes to get in the mix, you know, those kind of guards. Jermaine Quiznard, he had more of a scoring repertoire. Um, I saw some middies, I saw some outside shooting, a couple of threes. You know, he had a more of a repertoire than the Jamal Sheed kid. Jamal Sheed kid is more like hard nosed, get in the mix, um, try to, you know, he'll dish it out. The typical thing a point guard would do. But whereas Quiznar, he had a more all around game. I saw him plays where he backed him down, um,
Mark Jackson
slashing,
style.
yeah, slashing, things of that nature. He's one of those he was definitely one of those scoring guards. You know, carry the team on his back, a la Jalen Brunson. You know, that was the impression I got with him. But in any event, great plays by these kids, man. These kids are great.
Well,
Yeah,
it's good to see then because in retrospect,
yeah.
we now know that the league is protected. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
With
Mm-hmm.
with more than 1 year and done,
Yeah.
up and coming talent.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that you know, I don't but I'm looking from what I saw, the way they played,
Yeah.
uh and the other kid, Emmanuel Sharp, he was pretty good too. Um, but I don't really see I didn't really see first round talent per se. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like if they was to go in,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't really see first round talent. Maybe with Jermaine Quiznard, he's first round talent, first round pick.
Right.
But the other guys, I seen them late. I seen them late to I seen them late first round to mid second, if
Uh,
anything. You know
I
what
could see. You know what, Joe? I see that
I mean?
because last year was the highly talented, touted draft.
Mm-hmm.
And this year has been kind of mum. Notice that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep, yep.
So it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense and lends evidence to what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, because I know you're referring to Jaden Ivey from last
Right,
year, when he was running with Purdue.
right.
So yeah. So there was he was one of the many highly anticipated drafts that came in. So of course he's now in Detroit with Cade Cunningham. So I imagine them two are supposed to be the cornerstones for Detroit. Him and Cade Cunningham.
Right.
You know what I mean? To play in Detroit. But right now, but Duke is actually playing tonight. Um, to round off the rest of the Sweet 16. So we'll see how that goes tonight. As far as Duke is concerned, will they maintain their reputation of always being top tier and always being in the fight? Duke has never, from what I remember, they've never gone less than Elite Eight.
Yeah, yeah.
I've
They
never,
never come
yeah,
up short.
yeah. I've never seen them go any less than that. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, those are one of the teams. Those are mainstays, if you will, one of the
Hmm.
mainstays that you always going to expect to see as the game progresses and teams get knocked off. You're always going to see them in the mix. But again, Kentucky, as well as UConn, but again, Kentucky, North Carolina. Wow.
I'll tell you who's a surprise to me, but not really, because I've
Yeah,
seen them play like the last 5 years.
yeah,
Clemson. Clemson
yeah.
is on the come up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last time they made the tournament, they got bumped in the first round,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think they didn't make it last year. It was like the NIT or something like that.
Yeah.
And then to come back this year after future coaching carousel over there. I think
Mm-hmm.
this is the second, third year coach. I think look
Mm-hmm.
like they putting together a winning program over there. So shout out to Clemson.
Oh, okay. 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 Yeah. I mean, with teams like Clemson, um, it's it's a swing of the pendulum, if you will, where it comes down to recruiting, and that's really what it really boils down to. What how can you appeal to the top talent that's coming up out of high school? Do you have the draw? Do you have the attraction? What kind of curriculum are you offering? Are you even offering a curriculum? Because sometimes you don't necessarily sell kids on a curriculum. You sell kids on recognition, popularity, how the gym looks, how the campus looks. Glitz it. You sell them on the facade.
Yeah, the biggest one is
The
where
biggest,
you'll place where you'll place in the draft coming out of our program.
yeah. That's the biggest sell on top of that too, right? Where you play.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, big
Mm-hmm.
time. I tell you who else I like in this year's NCAA tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to catch them this weekend as well. The Fighting Illini, remember them
Yeah, for
with
sure.
with with
Sure.
Kendall Gill and company.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I definitely want to see how they play, and they play UConn, so that should be a good battle right there.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to that one. Absolutely.
For
Definitely,
sure.
definitely looking forward to that one. Um, do you have any predictions, or do you have any predictions of who's going to outcome, or you're not even trying to predict? You just
John, my blackers got blown up.
yeah. But that's the beauty of March Madness, though, man. It's very unpredictable. That's why it's exciting.
No, no doubt, no doubt.
Unpredictable because the whole one and done concept it's something that you want to see, because you can, because there's always going to be, without fail, There's always gonna be a bracket buster. There's always gonna be an upset. There's always gonna be a Cinderella, and there's always gonna be a mainstay.
Yeah.
It's like and then they running through the tournament. They ain't nothing happening to them. And especially the talent is a big time powerhouse. You already know. It's like nah.
Listen, John, my backers got busted when Kentucky got bumped,
Yeah.
and then North Carolina got bumped. I was done. That was my final four, John. That was my final four. I was done.
And they typically get picked too.
Yeah.
Everybody picks them as a Final Four. Everybody picks them as a Final Four all the time without.
Cheese and bread, man.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go ham
Yeah.
between UConn and Illinois. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be tough, man. I don't want to pick one between them, but you got to. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna go UConn. UConn look tough.
Okay. Okay.
UConn look tough. Alabama looks tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think Clemson's going home. Tennessee looks good, but Crichton. Listen, Crichton is nothing to sleep over. You know what I
No.
mean?
No. No. No.
But
Absolutely.
Purdue, look what they did to Gonzaga. I don't think they scored 40 points.
Well, Purdue and Gonzaga
They're
have
playing right now, but yeah, I
right
mean,
now. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
a blowout.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
It's
blowout.
But they caught up. It's right now is it's they caught up.
Oh, they
Gonzaga,
did?
yeah, Gonzaga. So they got it under 10. It's under 10 now.
Gonzaga's going home, John. I'm gonna put it down. Mark it. Mark it. Gonzaga going home. Marquette, NC State, they're
Yeah,
going at it right now. That's gonna be a
yeah,
goodie.
that's definitely gonna
Um,
be a good one.
that's Dwayne Wade's alma mater.
Of
We'll see
course,
about that one.
of course, of
And I
course.
think the biggest one is going to be Duke and Houston.
That's gonna be must see TV. Definitely gonna be must see TV. Um, yeah, that's definitely gonna be must see TV. I think the anticipation of that one. It will definitely be.
I want to go with the discipline. You know, the
Yeah,
discipline tells me that Duke wins, but
yeah,
wild card Houston all day.
and see again. I mean, this is Coach K we talking about.
Exactly. You
You know what
go
I'm
with the
saying?
discipline.
Yeah, it's Coach K and this is exactly the reason why Duke has never went lower than Elite Eight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm with you on that one. I think the clock is gonna strike 12 for Houston tonight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Gonna
we're
have to
gonna
pick
see
up
we're
those
gonna
glass slippers.
yeah, but we're gonna see how Sheed and Emmanuel Sharp do.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see how they do. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So um
Listen, John. Listen, this Elite Eight is going to be bananas.
it is absolutely.
I think that's going to be the big draw right there this weekend.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a draw.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
A
For
lot
sure.
on the line.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
A lot on
man.
the line.
Well, but you're not gonna, you're gonna hold off, but you're gonna hold off on the Final Four selection. You ain't gonna do that yet. Well, we gotta see who the Elite Eight are first.
Yeah. But I got a funny feeling it's gonna be UConn, Duke,
Mhm.
Purdue, and Alabama. I'm gonna go with that four.
UConn, Duke, Purdue, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I like, yeah. Okay, I can agree with that. I can
Yeah,
definitely,
right?
yeah. I can agree with that. I can agree with that. So.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, okay. That's good. That's good. That's good. Um, what's going on with the in your opinion, with the Big East, they haven't. Well,
Yeah,
with the exception of UConn is always in the mix. With the exception of UConn, what's happening with the Big East where they haven't been able to make these NCAA 20s
I,
literally for the past 20 years, dogs.
I
No,
know. I
no
don't even know who's in the Big East anymore.
with the exception of UConn.
Yeah, I don't know who's in it anymore. I mean, I remember it used to be a powerhouse.
Big East was a powerhouse. It definitely was.
You got Georgetown, St. John's, UConn, Providence. What's that
Yeah.
team out of New Jersey? The Scarlet
Seton,
Red,
Seton Hall, Rutgers,
Seton Hall, Rutgers. That's it.
mhm,
Um, what's that team out of Philly?
Temple.
Temple. Well, yeah, Temple was in there for a minute, and then they
Hmm.
bounced.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of teams in the Big East, and
Hmm.
I don't know if it's just the way it's managed or
Hmm.
um teams, the recruiting is nobody wants to stay. It's always been a problem to keep homegrown players home.
Hmm.
Homegrown players want to go elsewhere. There's
Yeah,
no, I
for
mean,
sure.
if I lived in New York, there's nothing in New
Mhm.
York that wants to keep me there. There's no
Yeah,
allure there besides Madison Square Garden,
right.
and
Because
that's what's
you've
up.
been there, because you've been there all your life. So,
Exactly, exactly,
I got you.
and that's what sold St. John's on recruiting talent from down south. But
Hmm.
you can no longer do that because all these other arenas are coming up now.
Mm.
All these other teams is coming up. Now it's all about, unfortunately the nil, It's all about the
Hmm.
contracts. It's all about transfer portals. The game has changed on so many levels. And it's not just basketball, you know what I mean? You got to look at it like Big East has Syracuse as another powerhouse.
Hmm.
You know, is Syracuse a basketball elite after the fact? Well, you got basketball on one end and then football on the other end, and they turned into ACC.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So they moved. They left the conference.
Right.
Same thing with Notre Dame. Football on one end, basketball on the other. They left the conference.
Hmm.
So I think that the problem is, these football programs and these basketball programs are just not. I don't know. It's just it's not enough allure there to woo these teams to make them better.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? You ask yourself if you had Sebastian Telfair coming out of college this high school this year, would he stay home? No, he
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you already proven that. Yeah, he went to Louisville.
Yeah, yeah. He played
Yeah.
for
Hmm.
he played for what you call it?
Hmm. Patino.
Rick Pitino. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
1 year.
1 year.
Hmm.
That's another team, Louisville. What happened to them?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they're a football team now. They're not known. Most of these schools are not known for basketball and football,
Yeah.
or they're not known for basketball, they're known for football. And me, you, and Dels had that discussion for years that some
Hmm.
of these colleges, they're in the wrong conference.
Right, right, right. I gotta make a correction. I think Telfair was recruited. Telfair was recruited to go to Louisville, but he elected to go straight to the NBA. That's right. Because remember,
Okay, yeah, 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 yeah.
remember, Bassie and LeBron James was the two. Well, LeBron James was literally the chosen one, but Bassie was kind of right there.
Yeah.
Although LeBron's shine outshined his, but Bassie was right there. Bassie wanted to go straight to the pros, but he did get an offer to go to Louisville, and he was gonna commit to Louisville at first, but then he said, "Nah, I'm going straight." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but still,
No,
uh,
but you're right because there was an Adidas contract on the
there was
table.
the
So
Adidas, right, the Adidas contract on the table and all of that.
yeah.
But but to your point, just in the hypothetical world, if a New Yorker typically don't want to stay in New York, they want to venture out elsewhere because they've been in New York all their life, and I would imagine that's just a local kid They want to go elsewhere. They want to explore. They taking their talents. They want to get out. They want to get out their damn city. They want to see what other they want to see what what other parts of the country got to offer, especially if you get an office. If you're a top talent and you're getting mad offers, yeah, you're gonna want to see what's
Yeah.
happening.
Listen, the recruiting is tough out there.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams, and here's the thing, the tournament, what's that other tournament?
McDonald's All American,
Not that one, the one that plays alongside the NCAA tournament.
the NIT.
The NIT, that's falling apart right now because teams are electing to opt out of the NIT to
Mm-hmm.
start recruiting early because it's important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the coaches are on the road right now. They recruiting because that it's a different world. It's a whole different world when
Mm-hmm.
nil and transfer portal became online.
Mm-hmm.
It changed the game.
Right. For sure. For sure. For sure. And it gives again, it, I'm not mad that the kids are getting the opportunity to make some coin, because of nil, because players in the past has been exploited for years, for years. I don't. There's a documentary that came out years ago. I think it was in the 2020s, and they talk about that the college football players and basketball players alike. These
Thanks to the O'Bannon brothers.
salute to the O'Bannon brothers. And yeah, that's right. The O'Bannon brothers said, nah. So yeah, they definitely were the trailblazers.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
That case has been in court for years,
yeah,
and they
yeah,
never gave up on it.
yeah, yeah. So definitely salute to the O'Bannon brothers. They were trailblazers,
Yeah.
and they were definitely an integral part of now kids getting these nil deals. Yeah, get these kids paid. Let,
Listen,
let them live. Let them live comfortably. Let them have food in their fridge. These kids used to walk around starving, no
like,
food.
yep. And
And
it's not all the kids. It's
yeah,
if you're not a starter or a power five school or
mm-hmm,
a kid that's like went to a 5-star camp and you're well
mm-hmm,
known, you're not
mm-hmm,
getting paid under the
yeah,
table or above.
yeah,
Now, forget
mm-hmm,
about it. Forget about it. The tables are still not even, but
yeah.
ain't nobody starving.
But I think that's still the caveat. The caveat, though, you still got to be a top tier talent,
Yeah, you
uh,
do.
even to even command an NIL deal like this.
Yeah.
If you're in the crowd and you're in the mix, then you're gonna be asked out. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, so there's still that caveat. You know what I mean?
There's
So
only two schools or two coaches that I understand that don't really care. I mean,
mhm,
they'll let you get your deals or whatever, but you're not coming to their school
right.
based on the nil. And that's Sanders and
Mm,
Calipari.
mhm,
They're
mhm,
they 10 toes down. Like, listen, if you come in here and you're trying to exploit the nil deal, you're
mhm,
going to the wrong college. You're coming to the wrong college.
mhm,
So if you come in here to get an education, to see if this school and this program fits your talents,
mhm.
then yeah, we'll talk. We'll have a conversation.
Right, right.
So even though that nil deal is out there, kids got to be careful too, not to oversaturate the market. Not to misuse the gifts that you're receiving, and
Mhm,
not base your career on that. You got to
mhm,
base your talent on what school fits you best so that you can get the best deal out there.
mhm, mhm.
You know what I
Yep,
mean?
yep, yep. Absolutely, absolutely. So, um, when does this do you think that with the nail deals that ultimately is gonna um part of it is gonna do you think it's ultimately gonna lay an impact on and recruiting of the talent pool, you think that's nothing that needs to be worried about because there's going to be an abundance of talent come through anyway.
I think so. Only thing that's going to change the college landscape, and that's
Mm-hmm.
football, baseball, and basketball across the boards,
Mm-hmm.
is the way kids go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And parents. Um, are parents going to hold their kids back? Are they
Mm-hmm.
going to are parents going to reclass their kids based on talent, because you're now not only competing against college kids at the college level, but you're
Mm-hmm.
competing against college kids in the transfer portal that has that extra year of eligibility.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not a phenom or a top talent coming out of college, high school, and that you're guaranteed a spot, you may be sitting for 1 or 2 years. No
Mm-hmm.
guarantee. And then on top of that, your second year where you think you're going to be the starter, and a player comes available in the transfer portal,
Mm-hmm.
and they play the same spot as you,
Mm-hmm.
you may have to have a seat,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
or you may find yourself in the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They might send you out.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So it's the trend. It's a gift and a curse. More athletes will look at it as a gift
Mm-hmm.
because now you get to choose where you play and take your talents to.
Mm-hmm.
The curse is, who's it going to hurt? Who's going to get hurt by it ultimately?
Mm-hmm.
So that means that, what does that mean? Everybody's got to step their game up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't feel bad if you went on your best hard work, and then when you get college, you get a scholarship, and you think you good, and you rest easy, and somebody in the transfer portal is out there working hard,
Mm-hmm.
and he's trying to get to the next level. He's not trying to play on a collegiate level. He's trying to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's what Sanders says. So listen, you get your nil deal, that's great. But I'm trying to get you past the nil deal. I'm trying to get you a contract.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? What sounds better? 20K in college or
Mm-hmm.
20 mil or as a rookie contract deal?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 20 mil ain't nothing these days, but I'm just giving you an example.
Sure, sure,
You know what I'm saying? It's peanuts to eggs. You know what I mean? You
sure,
20 mil, I could live off of that for a minute.
sure.
20K, yeah, that'll get me through college for one season, one semester.
Mm-hmm.
If that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, and there's a conundrum, I mean, a coach who doesn't a coach who's anti-Neil deal will sell that pitch.
Yeah,
It's gonna be hard to sell that pitch to a kid who's starving and needs something to sustain right now.
yeah,
He
yeah,
a lot of because you got to remember there's a sector of kids who come from the mud
yeah, man.
and they got their whole family on their back, basketballs on their way out. That kid is the ticket. He or she is the ticket.
No doubt.
And mom mom or dad needs that rent paid and they ain't got the money for it. So that nail deal is gonna help out, keep a roof over their head.
Yeah,
It's though, and so in my opinion, it's situational.
yeah,
It's situational for a kid who's pretty comfortable. You could sell them on that pitch. You want this nail deal, kid just want to have a nail deal just to um show some sort of financial independence. There's possibly that aspect, and so for a kid like that who's not really in the mud like that, you could sell him on that pitch. Like you want 20K or 20 million? Why don't you why
yeah.
don't you why don't you wait? Why don't you wait?
And,
Call
and, it-
right?
and, and John, here's the thing. A
Hmm.
lot of people are going to say, well, maybe in football with black kids, maybe in football, basketball with black kids. Listen, maybe with white kids in baseball. It has no color. Like, listen, poverty has no color.
Yeah, it really doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. It's
Not this day
across
and
the
age.
spectrum. It's across the spectrum. You know, when you look at it, everybody wants that rent paid, that mortgage paid. People want to eat, and that's who you have your talented kids going up against somebody that's hungry. You're gonna
Yeah,
lose.
yeah.
You're gonna
Facts,
lose. You,
facts,
you can't
facts.
match that energy on your best day if you're not hungry. You
Yeah,
hungry? Yeah, listen, that's a different ball
yeah.
game.
It's a different ballgame because their stomachs is literally growling. So,
If you get it, you get it. If you don't get the
yeah,
pun,
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But but you know, back to the tournament, man.
I know we don't went off on a tangent, right? Listen, I mean it's two parts of WGI. There's
yeah,
the fun entertainment aspect, and then there's the
yeah,
lesson part. You know what I mean?
yeah. Of course,
And
of course.
I want people to understand that sometimes I listen. I'll be honest with you. I don't get to see every game, but I understand the game and I understand some of these teams because I
Of
understand
course.
their foundation and how they built and set up. Like Duke, we know how they're set up. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So if you know, you know. Clemson, they're a
Mhm.
brand new team, but I know their foundation.
Mhm.
Alabama, this is their second year on their come up.
Mhm.
I'm starting to see their foundation. So these teams that's in these tournaments, you understand the foundation of how it's been laid out. It's all about can they execute on the court. Listen, anybody could have a bad day. The worst sport to play is baseball. You have a bad day every day, twice on Sunday.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But basketball, listen, that you get hot at the right time, it's a problem.
Mhm. Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Execution is key. Like passing, move the ball around, playing defense. That's something that you never leave home. You pack that every day. Your
Mhm.
offense comes and goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in this tournament, it's really who can play the best defense and put the brakes on some of these better teams, like Alabama did to North Carolina. Who saw that coming? Not too many people,
Nobody,
but
not many people. Yeah.
yeah,
Definitely.
you know what I'm saying? So Alabama had a formula that they put together for North Carolina. They went in there and put the brakes on them.
Mhm. Mhm.
That was their formula. Now, Davis, I don't know what his formula is. He has a different concept of what basketball is. You know what I'm saying? Is it Pat Riley? Is it Fox? Or is it wherever he played in the NBA, whose philosophy does he follow and does he bring to North Carolina? Is it sustainable?
Well, yeah. Interesting with Hubert Davis. Hubert Davis was definitely under some elite tutelage, college and pro.
Exactly.
Because he played under did he play under Dean Smith or he played under
Yeah, he
played
played
under
under
Dean,
Dean Smith. He did.
he played under Dean Smith, rest in peace. Dean Smith, Godfather, straight like that.
No.
And he got drafted to New York. Another Godfather, Riley. These are Godfathers of coaching right there. You don't get no better than those two guys. So I would imagine. So if what do you, knowing knowing the culture that Dean Smith established in Carolina, of which Hubert Davis played under, and then to be drafted by New York and play under Riley and be under that culture. What do you think, in your opinion, was missing where Carolina couldn't be successful this year? Because to their standards, this is a disappointment.
It is. It's a
You
huge
got
disappointment.
you got eliminated in Sweet 16. It's not
Listen,
that's not how it's supposed to go. So
no
what do you think Hubert Davis missed?
recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
Recruiting, philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
What are you preaching to these young men?
Mm-hmm.
And you're competing against the transfer portal, nil deals.
Mm-hmm.
What is you got to have a philosophy,
Mm-hmm.
because now you're not just combating other schools recruiting. You're combating the nil deals, the the um um the other teams that's in the triangle, which is Wake Forest, North Carolina State,
Mm-hmm.
Duke University,
Mm-hmm.
Prestige. You're battling a lot, and not too many people today know who you are, Hubert Davis,
Mm-hmm.
Coach Davis. You know, but not too many people understand where you came from. And
Mm-hmm.
so philosophy means a lot. The last time and the first time most of these young players seen you was at your press conference, and you were thanking your wife and this, that, and the third, instead of talking about your game. Great, you talked about your wife and your family and your upbringing and everything. But I think kids want to hear something a little more along the lines of like a Calipari or Jawan Howard. You know what I'm saying? A coach's player, a player's coach. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna stand behind you 10 toes down. Somebody that's gotta say, listen, I played under Raleigh for X amount of years. This is what I learned. This is what I plan to bring to North Carolina. We're gonna play hard-nosed defense. We're not gonna play that sissy ball. We're not gonna do this. People want to hear excitement. And I don't think at his press conference when he took the job that he celebrated that. You know what I mean? He more so celebrated that his wife was Caucasian, and his kids and this, that, and the third. And I didn't see the whole press conference, but that's what it sounded like. Unlike the coach at Notre Dame, when he took that, he preached excellence. He talked lineage. The coach for the football program at Notre Dame, he talked about stability and bringing balance and this, that, and the third. So everybody understood the philosophy. I don't know if I don't think what Coach Davis talked about was that really captivating. So when you don't captivate your audience, how can you recruit? How are you recruiting?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you recruiting? You know, say, when did you start your recruiting? I mean, that's a lot of questions. I don't know. I'm not saying that he didn't, or he's not doing the right thing, but he hasn't been successful since he's been there, in the sense of making it to the Elite Eight. Well, he did last year, I think. Last year, I think he did. But
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
but but you're still battling Duke. Duke still has that prestige without Coach K there. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Look
Yeah.
who's in the league right now. You know what I'm saying? What
Still
you
in the
gonna call
mix.
it from? Yeah, from Orlando. You know what I'm saying? That kid from Duke. So that's what you want when you put a play.
You talking about Paolo Banchero.
Yeah, when a
Always,
kid,
always, yeah, yeah. Paolo, brain fart. Always get Paolo Banchero confused, man. Is he a Dookie or a Tar Heel?
he's a Dookie.
He's a Dookie for real?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So when a kid comes out of your program, what does that look like?
Mm-hmm.
Is he top 10?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to have accolades too, John. You know what I'm saying? If you want
Yeah.
coaches to, if you want to recruit, you got to have some accolades. You
Mm-hmm.
can't rest on your morals.
Yeah.
Not today. Not with kids hungry. You know what I'm saying? And their stomach not, belly's not full.
Especially in these times, for sure.
For sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and what do you and lastly, with Alabama still in the mix, their pendulum, obviously their pendulum has swung back to being in the mix. But in in your in your idea, what do you think the what do you think the foundation was established over there? What was the culture or uh
Listen, when Alabama came out last year, they made some serious noise. They didn't lose much.
yeah.
They still had a tight knit group. I think they lost one kid, and then they graduated another.
Mm-hmm.
right? And that kid went, I think, top 10 if I'm correct.
Right.
So you already set the bar for this year, and I'm sure you were out recruiting heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was an unfortunate incident that took place. We're not even going to get into all of that,
Yeah.
but that team made some noise in the NCAA tournament. It
Mm-hmm.
was it was highly touted.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, all you have to say, listen, this was last year. Imagine us next year. We're not losing that many players. Transfer portal is there. We could pick who we want. Listen, these schools ain't stupid no more. Say what? These kids getting paid 1 year scholarship deals. 1 year. Everybody gets 1 year. Prove yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Alabama's like they had to tighten. I'm sure they had to tighten the clamps after last year and almost losing it all. You know what I'm saying? Just like UGA in football. I mean, who thought they would win back to back after their scandal? But they
Right.
did.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Right.
Maybe scandal works. I don't know. I hope not. You know what I'm saying, John? I hope not. But what I'm saying is when you have a name and you're constantly in the media, and whether it be good or bad, people
Yeah.
gonna give you that look. Like, what are they talking about? When did Alabama become hot? Next thing you know, you're like top one of the top 5 seeds.
Yeah.
And you put a kid in the NBA draft, top 10, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference. Who did North Carolina pull out last year? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
so that's what you got. That's what you got going for you. Who did you put out? How did y'all do? Where did y'all finish? I mean, they finished. North Carolina finished top 10, I think, in the Elite Eight. They should have been good this year, but I think poor recruiting probably hurt them. I mean, they were
Mm-hmm.
blowing teams out,
They were. Mm-hmm. For sure. I remember.
but to lose to Alabama, that says Alabama was better than you.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And that is, I can't stress enough. That's the excitement of the March tournament. It's one and done.
One and done.
Any,
You don't
anything,
get tomorrow.
anything can happen. It's one and done. But there's certain expectations for certain teams.
Yeah,
That's the twist though.
it's the excellence.
Yeah, yeah. It's certain expectations for certain teams. It's certain teams that you expect to be there.
Yeah, yeah.
To,
You get up for it.
you get up for them. You expect them to be there towards the end, and they're not there. It's like, wow, what's going on in that establishment?
And you know what's sad though, John? When we see that, guess what? What's the first thing that you hear? Oh, they're gonna fire
Yeah,
Coach
they're gonna
Davis.
fire the coach. Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. But that wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be fair.
it
would not.
wouldn't be, but that's where we're at now. Because you know why?
Yeah,
The almighty dollar, John.
it wouldn't be fair because who would you get? I mean, this is a man. This is a man who's a bona fide Tar Heel.
Yeah, for sure.
Davis is a Tar Heel
Yes.
through and through.
Yeah.
He played there.
But he's got to win a championship in the next
You know what I'm
5 years.
saying?
He's got 5. They gave him a window. He knows it. He knows he has a window.
Yeah. Nah, yeah. You gotta give him that. Yeah. You gotta give Hubert Davis that full window because
Do you though?
huh?
Do you?
I think so. I think just because he's well, of course, I get what you're about to allude to. You know, when it comes to business, loyalty is not necessarily prevalent. But the productivity and the bottom line is. But just for the sake of it's not necessarily a bloodline, but in the form of a bloodline. Davis is a Tar Heel, man. You hired him in the first place because he was a Tar Heel, and
Listen,
you know he's under that winning tradition. Go
I
ahead.
agree. I
Yeah.
agree, John. But
Mhm.
didn't Michigan do that with Juwan Howard?
Sure did. Yep.
And what did
Sure
they do?
did.
Do
Sure
you see
did.
my
Point
point?
taken. Point taken.
You see my
Point
point?
taken. Point taken. Point taken. Point taken. Point taken. Man. Point
Juwan
taken.
Howard bleeds blue and yellow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Took that program to two NCAA bids.
Yeah. Still
Showed
got
out a little bit last year, but look where it got him.
Yeah, for sure. Now,
Under 500, badly.
yeah. Nah,
You're not
point.
supposed to fire somebody like that. You give him another year.
Give him another year, but they ain't.
Nah. They gave him his marching papers,
Yeah, man.
voluntarily or involuntarily. I
Yeah,
don't. You know what I'm saying, John? It's like, listen.
I was put out there. It's like, yo, damn, they fired Juwan. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Okay.
And he had mad respect in the game.
Did he? Hell yeah.
Mad respect. He commanded his team.
Yeah. He definitely did.
One of the very few players that came back to their alma mater, and I say very few, because Patrick Ewing, look at him.
No,
Georgetown.
Pat was terrible though, dogs. Oh my!
Yeah, we know.
Thanks. Like, damn, Pat.
We know.
Yeah.
But Hubert Davis and Juwan Howard,
Yeah.
total opposite of Patrick Ewing, of course. But
Yeah.
But look at Juwan Howard this season.
Uh-huh.
He had one terrible season. I was like, listen. And he did it with undersized guards.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, that's 2 seasons in a row, 2 years in a row, Michigan was the talk of the town.
Yeah.
And was a Cinderella team.
Yeah, he had Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The hot buzz, the dude with Juwan Howard knew how to recruit. His name said everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knew what he stood for. He was up in your face.
Mm-hmm.
He was straight. He was a straight up square.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's what I'm saying. We knew who Juwan Howard was, and he stood for something. He told you who he was. Hubert Davis, I don't know. I'm not saying he didn't stand for nothing. He definitely stood for something. He stood for family. He stood for pride. He stood for hard work. But in the end, did it translate on, yeah, it does because he still got his job.
Yeah.
So obviously he's doing something right and Juwan Howard is doing something wrong.
Yeah. Maybe perhaps some temper flare-ups he was having. You know what I'm saying? So
coaching will do that.
You know
coaching will do that. Listen, Bobby Knight was another one. If you don't know, if you know, you know. Bobby Knight.
You know. If you know, you know. Salute to him. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah, throwing chairs on the court and everything. Listen,
the antics was crazy.
Never got fired out of Indiana. Never until his last. He was ready to leave.
He was ready to leave. Yeah, he was the staple. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't touching them. They definitely wasn't touching them.
I mean, he was recruiting like crazy.
He sure was, but he didn't have to deal with NIL deals. He
couldn't do that today.
Yeah, it would have drove him nuts. He would have went ape shit.
You got to know how to finagle the game, man. Listen, don't hate the player, hate the game. You got to know how to finagle it.
Bobby Knight would have went ape shit, man.
Yeah, he would have.
But yeah, man. Well, all right, man. But March Madness continues, man. But
listen, North Carolina just beat Marquette, so North Carolina just beat Marquette. Breaking news.
Not North Carolina.
Was it North Carolina?
No, you said no. Yeah, North Carolina got eliminated. Remember?
No, North Carolina State. I'm sorry.
Oh, NC State. Yeah,
NC State, North Carolina. That's what I meant to say.
The
Wolfpack.
Yeah, the Wolfpack. Shout out to the Wolfpack.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the Wolfpack. That's DJ Burns and the crew.
Yeah, they took down number 2 Marquette.
Oh man, DJ Burns and the crew
took down number 2.
Yeah, I told you, DJ Burns. We talking right now, so I don't know what his stat line is, but I'm sure he did work.
Listen,
man. So we'll see how that goes. So you gotta watch DJ Burns. I mean, he's very Z-Bo-ish.
Yes. If Duke, now it gets even more interesting. If Duke beats Houston and
Yeah,
plays North Carolina State,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
listen,
you're gonna see something. You're gonna
listen,
you're
because
gonna
you
see
know
something.
that whole region is those
Mhm.
is North Carolina, North
It's
Carolina
North
State,
Carolina.
Duke,
Yeah, yeah.
um, not Wofford, what's that? Wake Forest. It's
Mm-hmm.
that triangle, man.
It's that triangle. Yeah, that's that triangle. There you go. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes, sir. Yes,
gotta
sir.
love it, man. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But keep up. But shout out to NC State winning.
No doubt.
And y'all keep an eye out on the young man DJ Burns Jr., big
No
man.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So see what he do.
No doubt.
Any damn it mans before we head on out, brother?
I I don't want to do it.
Go ahead. You gotta
I
do it,
don't
man.
want to do it, man.
Being
Listen,
that you say you don't want to do it, you gotta do it now.
Saquon Barkley, man.
Oh Lord.
Listen, I get it, bro. I get it. I would have did the same thing. Chill, man. Chill. Saquon, chill, B. Chill, 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 chill. You hurt me right now. I still love you, kid. Oh, those tweets are nasty.
Oh man, he's still tweeting, huh?
Oh,
He tweeting with his chest.
listen.
Who he tweeting at? Tiki or just
No, to the fans, the New York Giants fans.
to the fans?
Yeah, man. It's
Oh,
not. It's nothing crazy, but
okay.
he's like, listen, I'm home. I'm where I need to be.
Ah,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, man.
okay. He talking a little spicy, a little bit, just a tad, just a tad. Talking a
Well,
little,
to me and you, it's a tad, but because we
yeah,
understand the game.
yeah, yeah,
But to New York fans, it's like, yo, what are you doing? We loved you
yeah.
for all so many seasons. You wanna poo poo on us? Like, listen,
Go to
man.
go to a rivalry, no less. Go to a
Yeah,
rival, no less. But listen, man, that's the nature of the game. You don't
it
you don't
is.
you don't get treated right.
It is.
The enemy gonna come along. Like I said last show, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, man. And they they was like,
Yeah.
some trouble
There's
over here.
little trouble, bro.
You know,
Black
they
black and gold looking good, so we'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
into that. We look
Yeah, they shook knighted him. They shook knighted him.
oh
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Yo, from New England down to Pittsburgh. It's gonna be
No, no, yeah. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. But yeah, shit,
the
yeah,
personnel change is bananas.
yeah. It is bananas. But yeah, the Eagles shook knighted him. Like he was Tupac. It's like, all right, we got you, kid. Come on over here. Come on over here.
I'd have did the deal too, John. It's like, what?
Oh man.
Want a franchise tag me?
You know what I mean? Yeah. They really try to play in his face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, well, I don't have a demo man tonight, man. But yeah, just enjoying this March Madness, and you should too, fans. For all y'all
Yes.
listening out there, continue to join the March Madness until it's all over, said and done. It's going to some upcoming exciting games.
Mhm.
So my man Chef and myself, we're gonna be watching the rest just like y'all are, and probably talk about it next go round. You know what I'm saying?
No
So
doubt. I definitely plan on watching.
indeed. So until then, like I always say, whatever you do, make sure you love what you do, so you can embrace the grind. WGI Sports, we are gone. Till the next
Salute.
time.
Salute. Salute. Oh, also too, shout out to Bob Marley's grandson, Lauren Hill's son. Ooh.
Who, Zion?
Nah, that's Zion, the grandson. Bob Marley's grandson. Lauren Hill's son, oldest son.
The Zion.
Is Zion?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right. Yo,
Yeah. Wow, what do
yeah,
you do?
his music is good.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, man.
Oh, get out. Get out.
Yeah, somebody put me on. I didn't know he was making music.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You got that musical gene in him, man. You got the musical genes in him.
Moms, grandpops,
yeah,
pops.
yeah. Moms, yeah. Come on, man. It was all in his DNA. He knew he was gonna be an artist.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Salute, salute, salute.
yeah.
All right, Ja.
Yes, sir.
Salute, sir.
Salute, salute.